What's cracking with you people? Anansi here, and welcome back to Daxter. In the last one, we began our final track to save Jack from the Baron's prison. Along the way, we died a couple of times. Well, I died a couple of times, and we had to deal with some more stealth segments. Now, if my memory serves correct, we should pretty much be done with the stealth segments. Now watch, we're gonna get around to it. It turns out we're not done with the stealth segments. They can shoot up. I think I can jump above them. I guess not. Enough with the lightning thing. Seriously, running at dawn. Like, why did you make ready to fire those things in rapid succession? You know. I thought you could jump over them to avoid the lightning, but I guess not. So, like, they really should have rebalanced these things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just need a challenge and all that, but there's a challenge, and then there's being outright, unfair, you know? And I'm just saying, you gotta make your challenges fair. Oh, looks like we're not done with stealth segments. Okay, now how do you want to do this? I know for a fact you're gonna have to. You're gonna fly over that guy's head, and then you're gonna do. Okay. Okay. Can you see me? No, you cannot. Jump over here. All this dark eco, you know. Now, if I may make one criticism about the last cutscene we saw, I get that this game came out after Jak 2, and more than likely, if you are a fan of yeah, let me look at this. More than likely, if you are a fan of Jak and Daxter, you already know what happens. You already know the big reveal from Jak 2. Okay, that didn't go the way I was looking for too. You already know the big reveal. You already know how it all pans out. So I get that that's the case, but just in case Daxter is, for some reason, your introduction to Jak and Daxter, which, much as I do like this game, I'll admit that probably isn't the best. This game probably is not the best introduction to the franchise. I would say personally, either the original Jak and Daxter, or Jak 2, not Jak 2, Jak 3 are much better introductions. Come on. Okay. So tip there. If you run out, don't panic. Hit the button again. Just hold it down, and then Daxter should reignite his pressure thrower. So there's your tip. There's your tip there. I've got a lot of precursor orbs in this room, and a thing in the center. Okay, I think I know what to do here. But going back to that, I don't like how they reveal who Core is, because part of the mystery, right? Part of the big thing with Jak 2 was discovering that one of your closest confidants was actually, you know, the big bad. Okay, so it looks like I missed one there. Oh no, I missed a couple there actually. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Up to the edge there. I've just missed it again. Okay, so I'm gonna have to be careful of this. Okay, so I see what I gotta do now. Okay, so you pretty much gotta get your positioning just right in order to get all the figures or orbs. But yeah, no, I don't like how Daxter reveals who Core is. Like his real identity. Okay. You're going to cheese this one then. If you stand too close to the edge, you die. Got it. Okay, now this time I shouldn't have to worry about dying. I think I got my positioning just right now. Fast here. There you go. Last couple. Okay. And now we go ahead and deal with the metalheads, and then we get out of here. But yeah, no, I don't like how Daxter reveals who Core is, because that was the big shock moment. Like even if, for whatever reason, you're desensitized, you think that Jak 2 was this needlessly edgy game that isn't as good as the original Jak and Daxter. Even just on the simple merits, you don't realize who Core is till possibly the Tomb of Mar. That would be the first inkling that you get that Core is not who he seems he is. The only other instance that I can think of is when let's look for here. When they're in the power station and Daxter comments on Core, tapping on his thigh and whatnot. And that's the only other time you might be able to hitch onto it. But even then, it's such an innocuous detail that you're just like, oh, it's just one of these things, like he's just an old man, But at the same time, storytelling and whatnot dictates that if you show, got all the gems, nice. So there's no more metalheads to deal with. But even storytelling dictates that if you show off anything, it has to have a purpose in the wider story. Okay, now this room. This room is going to be difficult because, as you can see, we have a lot of precursor orbs flying around, and we're going to need to, get to a couple of them. There's just a lot of platform to deal with. Let's see here. Jump around here. But yeah, even if you are one of those people who are like cynical and whatnot, I just think that Jak 2 is just not a good game, just for the sheer fact that it's edgier than the original Jak and Daxter, which I have seen that floated around as an actual complaint for why Jak 2 is not that good of a game. Is why I mocked it relentlessly and in my playthrough of Jak 2. But even if you think that's the case, you didn't see the reveal coming. Don't even kid yourself if you say you did. I know you didn't, and I know you're lying. Why did I say that? Quite simply put, what in Jak 2 would make you have the leap in logic? Okay, so I just barely missed it. Just barely missed that, so I'm going to go to the edge here. What evidence shows off in Jak 2 that Core is the metalhead leader? What in Jak 2 would even make you remotely think that he's the metalhead leader? I'll tell you what. Having beaten the game previously and noticing all the cubes. That's literally the only way you could tell that Core was the metalhead leader. Okay, died there, but that's fine. And as a result of that, having that big reveal that Core is essentially the main antagonist of the game was pretty good, you know. Because like I said, in the Temple of Mar, in the Tomb of Mar, you had the inkling that there was something about Core. There's something off about him in that moment, where you're just like, Core, are you all right, buddy? You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, so he's gotta be a little bit faster on the draw there. And then after that, he kind of gets a little bit more impatient, a little bit more grumpy. But you can kind of just chalk that up to him being an old man, you know. Up until then, you really had no idea that he was the main antagonist. You could have made the leap in logic that maybe he was working with the Baron. You know, you could have made that assumption. I would believe that. Or maybe he just had an ulterior motive for doing whatever he was doing. But revealing who he is in Daxter really is a disservice to Jak 2's story. Okay. Good fine, I'm missing one precursor warp, so I just gotta get this just right. I don't think that pushing that warp to be able to do what they were intending to do in this part. So yeah. So as a result, I only recommend playing Daxter if you've already played Jak 2 beforehand, because a lot of the stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and let this fill back up, because this room takes a minute. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, as a result, even though I'm probably gonna end up uploading these in chronological order, I don't know why I said I'm not doing that at all. So I only recommend playing Daxter if you played Jak 2 beforehand. That is me personally. Because as simple a story as Jak 2 is, and as different from Jak and Daxter as it is, the reveal of who Core is still a very well done moment in the game. Just that moment of Core acting so out of character, so far out of character, and then putting on this demon face. You're like, oh snap, there is something wrong with you, and then the reveal that he is the Metalhead leader, you know? Because you see the Metalhead leader once, I think once before in Jak 2, you see him as a floating hologram, as we see him here in Daxter. But you see him as a floating hologram talking to the Baron, so you know that the Baron is working with Core. And you know that Baron is working with the Metalhead leader. We don't know the Metalhead leader's name at this point in the game, but you know he's working with him. What you don't know is that the Metalhead leader has the ability to shapeshift. Because now that I think about it, might have been Naughty Dog's way of letting the Jak and Daxter fanbase know ahead of time that, hey, the reveal of who the Ossels are and what actually happened to Daxter is going to be coming just around the corner. Because we know Dark Eagle can change people and things. We know that much for certain. That's been shown in Jak and Daxter consistently throughout the entirety of the original Jak and Daxter trilogy. The original game. Combat bug case out there. If I remember correctly. Okay, now how do you do this? I don't think there's enough distance to actually do this. That is not. So you go to so there's a way to get to that combat, but oh, now I remember. Now I remember. I remember how I did that, and it was dumb. Luckily, this didn't take too long now to be able to figure some wars. But yeah, no, I mean, you get in the series that Dark Eagle can really mess you up and get people interested into strange and surreal powers. But having the ability to actively change yourself from what was it, a 12-foot tall monster that lays eggs with a spiked tail and wings to a 5-foot something old man, I don't think anyone would have seen that one coming. You know, I'm just saying. And there we go. You know, that's all I gotta say about that. You know, just Ready at Dawn really probably should have thought that one through a little bit better. Okay. Oh wait, no. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm a dumb. Oh no, wait, never mind. Never mind. I will try. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get that combat bug case. If I don't get it this time around, I'm gonna cut to when I do. And that's pretty much the only real complaint I have for Daxter's story. I mean, I've had a couple throughout, but they're mostly small nitpicks. Nothing structurally bad. Nothing constructive, really. This is the first real one that I think is a valid complaint. And I get that, you know, Daxter's a much simpler story compared to Jak 2. You know, the game that it's supposed to be a prequel to. But they really should have held that one. They really should have made that one more ambiguous. Like, I don't have a problem with them letting on to the fact that the Metalhead leader is going to go undercover in Haven City. I don't think that is a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea to let the show off like the entirety of the plot point, you know. That's where my issue resides. And it's honestly, and other than that, it's the only reason why I would not recommend Daxter as your entry point into Jak and Daxter. But more than likely, if you're watching this video, you're probably a pretty big Jak and Daxter fan already. So you probably already either A, owned or played this game, or B, you've played the other games in the series, and it's the only one you haven't picked up yet. So this doesn't really affect you all too much.
Oh yeah, let's see what's on the tube tonight. Boring, boring. Seen it. Rerun. Hated it. Boring. I was up for that part. Whoa! Sorry, ladies. I didn't know Crimson girls took showers. Jack! I'm coming for you, buddy! Hang on! Just checking.
Of course, Daxter. Jokes you could not get away with nowadays. Right, okay, so now, gotta do another minigame. Now I think you gotta do this before it hits the, you gotta do it before it hits the center, and you can't, and there is no margin for error. Like right there, I hit the wrong button. If you're ambidextrous, this has got to be like the easiest thing in the world, which I am not ambidextrous. As a matter of fact, I'm not even dexterous at all. Like, I have essentially two middle hands. Yeah, unlike other mini games in the Jak and Daxter franchise, like, well, specifically Jak 2. These are more Jak 2 mini games than they are Jak and Daxter mini games. Daxter's mini games are needlessly unforgiving, just for the sheer fact that if you get it wrong once, barring the dream sequences, you fail immediately. The dream sequences have the common decency to give you a health bar, you know, and that's pretty much how many times you have to miss. This one, not so much. Huh. Interesting.
Hey, Sleaze Breath.
Do you like killing metal bugs?
Well, there is a certain top of the food chain satisfaction to the whole.
Then why don't you pick on a bug your own size?
Well, yes, technically, you are actually a lot bigger.
And now for a very annoying boss fight. No, okay, so let me get my bearings right on this. What's going to happen is that he's going to fly over here, and you just are going to... What we're going to do is you're going to dodge his attacks, for one thing. And he gets a couple of decent moves. Okay, I am not doing well. I'm probably going to die here. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. So basically, he's going to. Okay, I'm actually going to take his L. Let me take the L real quick. So basically, he's going to have some homing moves, and he attacks directly where you are. You want to avoid. I want to say it's like, what was it? 4 volleys of his attacks. I want to say that's how many you want to avoid. And the camera is constantly locked onto him. So there we go. Okay, so good luck getting a beat on him. His second attack is a lightning attack that is pinpoint accurate and does an explosive area of attack. So you want to make sure that you're not on the platform when they detonate. Because even if he doesn't hit you with the initial zap, he might knock you into the fly swatter with the explosion. Oh, and yes, this fight does lag like you would not believe. Well, stutter, I should say, not lag. Okay. And Boom. Okay. My only real bit of advice is to try to keep the platforms in view so you know where you're going. Okay, I'm dead there again. You know, the hardest part of this fight is literally just keeping the platforms in view long enough that you can see where you're going. You gotta love this guy. This guy runs. There we go. And just rinse and repeat for this phase of the boss, anyway. Okay. Just barely missed me on that one. Right, here we go. Now I'm getting the rhythm going. He's going over there. Not exactly sure what he's doing with the Dark Eco Vents. He's just like inhaling, like he's getting like high off it or something like that. There we go. A little bit more gas here. Okay. Really need to do better about that because, I mean, I got a lot of my damage I'm taking is just from me being stupid. Don't be me, don't be stupid. Okay, stay in the middle a little bit here. Got me with that one. Could really use some help right about now, not gonna lie. Where's he going? Right there? Alright, and phase 2. Not gonna lie, this phase is a little bit more difficult because A, there's instant death pits around all over the place. I'm gonna skip through that. Thank goodness we can skip those cutscenes. Look at my way back over here. Yeah, so right now I'm just playing keep away. That's pretty much it. Right, okay, let's skip that once again, one more time. So, I guess the best thing I can recommend is just try to stay as close to where you need to be by the end of the phase as you can. Just to make it easier to not die instantly from the Dark Eco. I've already done this. They certainly know how to kick you when you're down. Yes, he always does that laugh whenever he gets this. I'm already ready for you. I came prepared. So just a couple more times and you're set. A couple more times, more like just the one. Okay. Right, you want to use the Peacemaker for this one. I'll admit I did kind of mess up, used too many of them, too many shots, but that's what it needs to do. And I think this is, this is technically light eco that we're using. So for some reason the Baron has light eco inside his palace. I don't know why, but he does. Gonna roll with it, and apparently it has the ability to slow down time, which if you play Jack 3 is not beyond the realm of possibility. Platform once again. I don't know how long this lasts, so don't dawdle. Get up to him and use the force. Yeah, he slinks off somewhere else. So now we're gonna chase him down and finish the job.
Bring it on, butt breath! I just stopped you, didn't I?
No matter what happens, my master will be waiting for you and Jack outside.
Outside where?
It's already written. The city will be ours.
Whoa! Gnarly! Excellent work, dude!
That's right. Heroes always find a way to get it done, no matter what the hardship.
Yeah! Well, the map here says this door was open all the time. You could have just walked in. Oh, and you left behind your sidekick's threads.
I knew that. Now I must be off for my date with Destiny. Fare thee well, my fine fan. Parting is such sweet.
Oh, now that is a heroic exit.
And that's how I saved Jack.
And just like that, Daxter is over. Yeah, it turns out the entire game we played through was just another one of Daxter's tales. The only difference is this is the one time that he might have actually been telling mostly the truth, because Osmo, Simon, and Terran were all there. They were all there at the bar, and as we can see, is the ending to Jack 2. Daxter owns the bar, Tess is his girlfriend, and Jack and Kira are there, as well as Samos. I guess Sig, Ashley, and Torn were just off doing their own thing. But yeah, no. And I have to say, what an interesting way to frame the story, because throughout the entirety of Jack and Daxter, Daxter's been known to embellish the truth. In Jack and Daxter, he pretty much makes it out like he's the hero. In Jack 2, Max Casella, in Jack 2, David Herman played Tick 2. No, go for it. Go figure. But yeah, no, I mean, you get the, in Jack 2, you know, he tells a couple of fun tales to impress Tess. In Jack 3, he does essentially the same thing, but he's more or less poking fun at people. And then in Jack X literally opens up with Daxter telling a story that's mirroring what's going on with Daxter. But no, this game is just one of his tales. But unlike his other tales, this is the one time he's telling the truth. I thought it was an interesting take on it. But my final thoughts on Daxter. You know, I've wanted to play this game for years. I want to play this game. This game came out in 2006. I wanted to play this game ever since it came out. I never had a PSP, and I was never able to get one until recently. Like literally, it's 2021. I wasn't able to get it until last year, 2020, and I didn't start playing it till later in 2020. Just kind of takes this moment a little bit. And I can safely say it's every bit as fun as I thought it would be when I was younger. If I was a kid, if I was still 12 when this game came out, I can safely say I would have had a lot of fun playing it. And I recommend you pick it up if you can. If you have a way to get your hands on it to play the game, I would give it a shot. But I would hesitate to say let it be your entry point into Jack and Daxter. Oh, right, and now that we've beaten the game, we can go back and get all the stuff we missed, and we start off in Osmo's broken down shop, so a little bit depressing. No music, no nothing. Bertha's still alright, but like literally everything else is just broken and raggedy. And you can do this to go back and get the secrets and stuff. I don't think I'll ever come back and finish up this game, you know, get all the secrets and whatnot. Because unlike Jack and Daxter, Jack 2 and Jack 3, and Jack X, which I have played all those games religiously to the point where I have them pretty much memorized, this is my second playthrough of Daxter. If I did come back, it would be probably for a live stream. But yeah, no. With that, we're going to call it here. This has been Daxter. I've been Anansi. You've been awesome, and I'll catch you in the next project. Deuces.